This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
All right, welcome aboard on the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology from the Lori Ann Sabres press box here in Jessup tonight, and you could call it rivalry night if you wanted, as Jesup and Wapsie Valley will open the season this year at Jesup. Last year, Wapsie Valley got the game in the opener up in the middle of the cornfield up in, eastern Bremer County. I'm Nate Claybert, joined this year up in the press box by Coach Tim Sauer, as we are set for a game that should be, ideal weather-wise, football-wise, compared to what was earlier in the week. But we're going to see some exciting football, and I say that without really knowing anything. It's just you can feel it.
You can feel it out here right now. 74 degrees, 6 mile per hour wind, and these boys are ready to go. You can't ask for a better week one matchup, whether it's the team that's playing or the weather conditions. So I'm ready to do this with you, Mr. Clayberg, and let's have a good one.
So we are set, as we did say, and here come the Jayhawks as they will enter in from the concession area near the student body, and the young kids, I'm sure, making a tunnel down there to bring them in. And Jesup wearing all blues with a white helmet as they will meet in that north end zone. Across the field, that's Wapsie Valley out of Fairbank, as head coach Dwayne Foster, his team coming in as the visitors with the white uniforms, black trim, yellow pants, and the black helmets with the yellow face masks. And here they come. Warrior destruction ahead is what it reads on the sign, and it's going to be a key night for football. But, Coach, we're going to see their quarterback a lot tonight on the ground, but also throwing it. But what else are you expecting to see from Coach Foster in Wapsie Valley and in this game?
Yeah, you bet. You're going to see the Fighting Fosters come out here with fourth-year head coach Dwayne Foster. And, Wapsie did some nice stuff last year. Wapsie finished 9-2 and lost in the quarterfinals to the eventual state champs of West Hancock. So this is a great test, and you can throw all the rules out the window in a week one matchup.
So looking at Jesup and how they're going to line up offensively, when you look at where they're at, and it'll be behind center, will be, third-year starter, or not, second-year starter, but he started quite a bit as a sophomore. But coming in last year, 66 out of 146 on completions, 776 yards, 45% throwing, 9 touchdowns, only threw 6 interceptions, 142 carries on the ground, 608 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. A total of 1,375 total yards of offense for senior quarterback Ryan Treptow.
That's great. We're going to see a great opportunity for Ryan to show his development as a leader, and for him to have the keys to the car and drive that Jesup offense to the end zone.
So we will hear the playing of our national anthem here very shortly under the direction of Miss Truax, as that will take place down in front of us, and get a chance to open the mics and hear the marching band as they are into their second week of school. But I'm sure they've been working hard too, making some things happen, and they're ready to unveil their season as well. But Jesup and Wapsie Valley coming in undefeated as we start week one in high school football. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jesup High School marching band and the playing of the national anthem. All right. National anthem played by the Jesup Marching Band. And high school football is just moments away here in the next 5 minutes and 14 seconds before things really get going here. As game officials tonight, it's the Vaughn Grimm crew out there. And marching band also gets a chance to perform, come out at halftime. But good rendition of the national anthem. The band continues to develop out there, Coach Sauer.
Yep, Miss Hummel, who's our band director, who got married this summer. Congratulations.
So let's change that then.
Yep.
You're correcting me, and I appreciate that.
No, I'm just, I called her Miss Truex for, I don't know, the first couple of days of PD, and she reminded me that she got married, so I'm bad with names. So I'm glad we got that squared up. You can see Jesup Band is already in mid-season form, and, man, there's nothing like gives you goosebumps like the national anthem.
So getting coordinated on the sideline, and we must have already missed the opening coin toss, unless you caught that out there.
No, I didn't catch it. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll do it kind of off to the center, and then they'll do this as just kind of.
We're going to do it right now. They're bringing the captains up. So J.D. Sadler, Ryan Treptow, also bringing out their Caden Lang, it looks like, along with Preston Youngblood. Those will be the captains that will get a come out and get a chance to flip that coin, decide which end you're going to protect or kick from or defend. A lot of choices in there.
A lot of stuff you can do. Sometimes weather plays a factor, and if you want to defer, you want the ball right away, depending how you want to set the tone. And, we want the ball and we want to score, so hopefully we can win the coin toss and we'll take it and go celebrate in the end zone.
And you got three seniors from Wapsie Valley, Dallas Tissue, Kanan Decker, and Garrett Miller that are some Spirix players as well for Wapsie Valley, and head coach Dwayne Foster. As that sun, as you can see, where that shadow of the press box is, just not quite to that outside hash. And that will continue to fall, and that's I guess that's an advantage of being here at home, isn't it?
Yeah, you're looking at we're probably in the 60s on our side, our sideline, and Wapsie's got to look into the sun probably at least through the first quarter, and it's probably just a little bit warmer over there, and we can use that towards our advantage.
So Wapsie Valley not too far up the road, and looks like their students are set up in all whites, and it's construction beware night, I believe, for our Jesup student section here down in front of us. And Wapsie Valley looks like they will protect that north end zone, and Jesup protecting that south. And I don't know if you caught that as far as who's kicking off. I don't think, is Wapsie Valley going to kick off first maybe? Start reading some language down here to kind of get a sense of where some things are set up. And Preston Youngblood gets that key, gets that T pad in his hand, and Jesup will get the kickoff duties as we are set to roll here momentarily in Jesup. And second-year head coach Jacob McMartin, assisted by Rodney Selesky, Brock Flaherty, Jordan Hoffman, Devin Kissling, Paul McCone, Ardell Oshner, John Patterson, Aaron Schutte, and Jason Sullivan, all along the sideline or the press box, helping out in some capacity whatsoever. And it's about time for football to start, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been, we had a little tease last week on this, and time to put it all together. So not as much segmented, and 4 quarters of football coming at you.
So back to return. It appears we're going out there with Briar Bells and Kanan Decker.
All right, here we go, big kick.
Kickoff from that 40. It's going to be a low flyer, and it looks like Bells will have that. Gets it from the 15. He's going to go towards that outside sideline, and Youngblood kicks it and also makes the tackle on that play.
Good tackle, got his head across. Good start.
So that ball will be spotted from that 35-yard line. And first and 10 for the Warriors. I'm Nate Clayberg, Tim Sauer. We've got the game for you tonight. Eric Clark on camera. Anthony Baugh at the controls as our on-site director. And you'll notice some maybe different camera angles this year. We've got actually a huddle camera that's set up on the roof of the press box. You get a little higher look at the field. There's the handoff. And we're looking at a real quick stop past that goal line. And give credit defensively to Jesup, Jude Sullivan, on that stop.
Beautiful stop. Jude did an awesome job plugging that hole and met him right at the line of scrimmage, and you just saw a flock of Jayhawks right around to help him secure the tackle.
So 2nd down and 9. And Decker, again in that shotgun, going to pull back, takes one step. He's going to tuck it, try and find an opening, gets past that line of scrimmage, past the 40, almost to the 45, and down at the 47-yard line. And it looked like Andrew Devlin on that stop.
Decker's got some wheels, and he has a lot of strength, too. Talking to Coach Foster before the game, he's somebody who is a weight room warrior, no pun intended. So his ability to elude defenders and maybe carry a couple people as we get going. So it's going to take multiple people, no shoulder tackles, and we got to be able to take them out the legs. Pro set. Quarterback draw.
Quick, hang on to it. Then there is Caden Decker and gets tripped up, but he gets that forward motion and keeps rolling forward.
Falling forward. Wapsie doing a nice job just setting the tone early here.
Do you get that down to 2nd and 1, and got an official timeout. Looks like a young man lost his shoe. Got to get that figured out. Is this when you just kind of take your time, getting that shoe back on?
Yeah, I mean,
is that key?
If you spend too much time, you'll get tossed off there. But, I understand first game and everything, but I think as you get going on the season, any type of equipment, the officials will send you off. But, it's only been a couple plays here, so.
Well, they're hanging right in there and listening to anything that's taking place. There's tricks everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. 2nd down and 1 on the 43 of Jesup. As there's a couple big plays. Jesup started off shutting down that offense early on. Going to motion with Bell. And
there you go.
Really, really good look from that defense. Flag on the play. What are you seeing down there after that? It looked like that play had completed, and then the flag came out a little late.
I think he
threw. Or was that a marker? Was that a flag or a marker?
It was a marker. I didn't know if it was he brought just a pink flag for today for practicing for October, but Jesup did a nice job filling their gaps, following the offensive lineman, especially on that trap play right there.
So split to that far side. Here on the near side, we've got Schneider. And they're going to make a nice forward advance, get that first down after being stopped and move those chains.
Yep, Wapsie's setting the tone early here, trying to establish the line of scrimmage, trying to get 3 to 4 yards every single time, and that can be tough. Trying to get 8-9 play drives, and that's that wears the defense down.
Got Miller in the backfield along with Decker. And on the far side is Curley. Protection is happening, but a little high up. Coverage there on that near side with Paxton McCone, the senior. And that'll move that to 2nd down. No movement.
Little curl corner concept shown from Wapsie right here in our coverage that we have. And timing wasn't the best from Wapsie there, but Jesup was there to kind of snuff it out.
Schneider coming in from that sideline. 2nd down at 10. And that Jesup 40-yard line. Low snap. Decker's going to hang on to it. There's power in the backfield. And pursuit, and credit to Youngblood.
Looks like holding maybe right around the offensive line area.
Preston Youngblood breaking through that line. And there was a couple opportunities there for Decker to break it away. And we'll hear what the official has to say.
Personal. Yep, there we go.
So holding on the offense, that'll move that ball back, and that is an opportunity for Jesup. And it looks like this defense, this is always an interesting week because you have nothing to go off of.
Right. Yep.
You've got no film. You've got no stats. You kind of maybe have some hearsay or some things from last year. And you can only practice so much, right, in a scout team.
Exactly.
Week one.
Yeah, everything's based on educated guesses, and this is a good start here for Jesup. I know they've got a couple first downs, but if you can get Wapsie behind in the chains and you're going to have to force them to pass, I think they've had one passing opportunity so far, and you can see from the stats from last year, they're a run-first team. So if we can get them behind in the chains, this puts us in a position to be successful. 3rd down
and 15. Decker looking back, throws it long. There's some pursuit, and the ball not quite to be on target, but give a lot of credit to Nick Moore in that coverage.
Yeah, Nick was right there, right with him the whole entire time, right in his back pocket, and that's a tough throw, especially as you're trying to throw bleeding into the sideline. Nice job by Nick Moore.
Thanks for joining us on the Jayhawks Sports Network tonight. Home game tonight, and then on the road to Olwine, and then Hudson back here on the 20th of September, if I got my date right, for homecoming and PCM Monroe, which is favored, I believe, to win this district again this year. And it looked like J.D. Sadler had a helmet issue, so he's on the sideline and looking for a teammate's helmet that'll fit. So bring him out. There's the punt on a 4th and long, and that one's going to keep rolling to the end zone for the touchback.
Takes a Jesup bounce. Good position. Good decision from our returner, I think, is Tice Larson. Let it roll back there and get the ball at the 20-yard line. That rain made the field a little soft, but not soft enough to stop the ball.
It gets plenty of water, too, throughout the week. But there's nothing like, you got the irrigation, but rainwater, that's just a little bit different. So they will spot that at the 20-yard line of Jesup. Heading north, facing the Wapsie Valley Warriors. A nickel East rival. And get to play them here in a non-district game last year and again this year. What are you seeing out there?
Sending knee pads, not covering the knees. It's always been a point of emphasis last couple of years, but, some crews don't mess around with it. And if your knee pads aren't covering your knees, you got to go to the sideline.
So that was something we talked about this morning when I chatted with Coach McMartin, that, that's one thing is you talked about it, and I'm like, college is pulling away from the knee pads.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost wearing shorts, and Treptow's going to tuck and go on a 2nd down, actually on a 1st down, and pick up, looks like maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, with those knee pads, some of these pants run a little tight, and some things you can do to try to elongate that is you can get the same colored tights as your pants, and it doesn't look as much as just bare skin out there.
Trick of the trade.
Yeah, sometimes.
A little trick of the trade. Coming out, Keegan Youngblood. Nick Moore here on this near side. Treptow gets that snap. Quick hand. Look, fake to Youngblood and a quick throw right in the hands. Was that Paxton Youngblood or Paxton McCone?
Nice.
Or no, that was Nick Moore pulled that in.
Nick Moore with a beautiful catch, secured the catch, and fell forward. Did the most important thing, caught the ball first.
Gets that 1st down. That spots at the 34-yard line for Jesup. Hand up at the middle. Preston Youngblood going to get stopped up by 2 guys on that front side.
Yeah, Wapsie
will take him down.
Wapsie doing a nice job plugging up holes up front. Us up front, Jesup, we got to do a little bit job of getting our cleats in the ground, coming down on our down blocks, and taking the Wapsie Warriors the other direction.
Dallas Tissue covering more here on this near side. High formation. Hand off to Youngblood. Gets around that end, makes the turn, round the hash, pushing in front of the sideline, and he's not going to go down, just shy of the 1st.
Preston's such a hard runner, especially he can get those first couple steps into the ground, and that's a large individual try to take down an open space.
3rd down, ball at that 40-yard line. 3 yards to go.
Something tells me here a good hard count after, we're decently into the first quarter, see how disciplined Wapsie's going to be up front.
Spotted from that far hash. Clock moving under 7. Fake to Youngblood.
Beautiful.
Treptow's got some time. Coming near side, firing hard, and it is caught. Paxton McCone knows where he's at, grabs it, lands in bounds.
Beautiful job.
First down.
Beautiful job by the offensive line. Wapsie only came with a 3-man rush, and offensive line looking for work. Tackles did a wonderful job. Guards picked up. RT did a wonderful job spinning out, tried to buy himself a little more time. And then Paxton McCone had the awareness to get his feet down and secure the catch.
Clock is stopped. Chains are moved after that pass play. Get some excitement here in Jesup. In the Wapsie Valley territory, slip up in that backfield. And jumping on top of it, protected Ryan Treptow. Second down and 11 with that loss. And they look a little more disciplined coming out of the huddle than they did last week.
Yes, they did. That's a nice thing about that scrimmage. You can fine-tune some of those things. Be ready to go for week 1.
Treptow, far side, finds a receiver. Well, looks like McCone had it, but no, they just say he did have it and must have pulled it out of his hands when he went out of bounds. Or no, let's hold that back. Where they were spotting it looked like they were bringing it in, but no, they're going to say incomplete. And bringing the play in is Landon Vogel. Brennan Oshner at center. Aiden Gantz Rogers off that left guard. J.D. Sadler off that left guard, near side. Devlin and Surley on that far side. Treptow, plenty of time. Tucking it and going. Gets past the 40, looking at the sideline. And coming in with that shoulder tackle, bringing him down is Caden Dana.
Wapsie Valley doing a really nice job on our skill positions right now. Our offensive line is matching what the defensive line has been able to provide. RT just trying to create a little bit more space and use his athletic ability to try to almost get that first down.
What are you seeing on Wapsie Valley's defense as far as how they're attacking, how they're formed up?
I'm not seeing a lot of pressure right now. They're keeping everything in front of them, and that can be very difficult as a quarterback to try to process, even if your quarterback has an ACT score of 35.
Which he appreciates. Take and go. Finds the opening. He's got some grass to go, and he's going to get taken down at that 3-yard line. Oh. So you're looking at a 32-yard carry from Ryan Treptow, that senior quarterback.
Beautiful.
Plenty of experience for Jesup.
Beautiful job by the guys up front, securing the defensive line and fitting up one of our pulling guards up on the Sam linebacker, and that's a beautiful job, especially when you can see 14 dancing out in space.
First down and goal on that 3-yard line. Youngblood, shoulder to shoulder with Treptow. He's going to try and open that line up and see if they can advance in. And we looking for some arms? No, we're going to be just short. Looking at that official on this near side, he's maybe at the 1.5 line.
Inches. Anytime it's close, you just put your hands up and you can try to maybe get the referee to go with you there. But, it's tight. It's tight. We're in the phone booth right now, so we're trying to gain numbers with our quarterback draw, and Preston trying to fill it up at 6'1", 205, and we're going to see what we're made of here in this drive.
So looking and leaning on this front line of the offense, I imagine we'll see another run from that quarterback, and Ryan Treptow breaks in there. 1-yard carry with 4:51 to go.
Nice job. Nice job by Jesup to contain the drive, got some big third downs, and to punch it in on the first drive of the 2024 season.
So we will see an extra point attempt. Caden Lang Did not work on these in the scrimmage. They've been working on them during the week, and a miss snap. And that had to get covered quick by Dominic Delagardelle as he was trying to see what he could do. And I think he was going to try and take it. He just couldn't get a handle on it.
Yeah, that's so hard in that position. I mean, you practice the fire drill, or whatever you want to call it, every so often, and that's tough. Until you get that real game simulation with it, you just don't know until you know.
So Jesup goes up for the first time this season, and either team, as they get a 1-yard scamper in from Ryan Tripto with 4:51 to go, and get some excitement, get some confidence going for this Jesup team. So we should see Decker and Bellis back to return for Wapsie Valley. Bellis on the near side, Decker on that far hash. I was watching some videos about, kind of excited to see how this NFL kickoff formation goes, XFL style.
Yeah, it will be, they're doing that to protect the game. They're trying to keep special teams special.
And will that start trickling down?
At those levels, you got guys who can consistently kick it in the air, and I don't know if you can see that in high school. Maybe at the bigger levels, but as you start going to 2A and below, you don't really see that.
Decker gets it from about that 3-yard line. He's got some speed on him. He's finding an opening in that far side. He's only got a couple guys to beat, and pulling him down, Landon Vogel was waiting in the wings. He was the last line of defense. But Wapsie Valley gets into Jesup territory.
Nice job by Vogel acting as a safety valve back there and doing his job and being that touchdown saving tackle. That's tough for Jesup, great for Wapsie to start on the other side of the 50. And if we're going to have success tonight, we got to try to keep making them drive the field and not give them a short field.
About an 88-yard kickoff return, giving Wapsie Valley quite an advantage here as they begin their series. Again, 1st and 10 on that 39 at Jesup. And that defense setting in as Decker will hand that ball off, and quite a gain offensively as we do see Curley blast through for Wapsie Valley with that gain. 5 yards.
I think that's going to be Wapsie's ticket to success, seeing a 3-prong attack of Curley, Decker, and Miller, people who had significant carries last year for the Warriors.
Curley, 56 carries, 291 yards, touchdown in the season last year. A little motion here with Wapsie. Decker, hard throw near side, does get in the hands of the receiver, Molds.
Yep, just found a little zone right there, a little soft spot in the zone, and able to take what you got. Wapsie has the ability to move the chains and get the first down passing.
Third down at 5. Spot that ball here on the near side. That's sitting at the 25-yard line. Get over that first down completion. And right away, Caden waits a little bit on that line for an opening, and then he trucks forward, and he somersaults with some motion, picks up about 5, maybe if not 6 yards.
Yeah, you can see Wapsie attacking with their pro set with 2 running backs in the backfield, and they're just going to try to fight you close-to-close combat right now, hand-to-hand combat. So you're seeing a lot of numbers. You're seeing them trying to impose their will against Jessup's defense, and if they can get 3 to 5 yards every single time, that's going to be a win in their on this drive.
Clock is moving, 3:05 to go, play clock at 12. Bring 2 to the near side. 1 flank behind that line. Go into motion with Wapsie, and look like an opportunity, but Curley is going to continue to fight around the corner and get in the end zone for a 20-yard carry. And a touchdown.
Once again, Jesup is right there plugging up the holes and the ability to try to take them low instead of trying to make shoulder tackles.
So a 20-yard touchdown run here at 2:43 to go in this first quarter. Jesup just coming off a score. And they will attempt an extra point. And that appears Ethan Barretts, or no?
Chase.
Or you got
Chase Eckerman, number 58.
Yeah. Your roster is a little bit different than mine.
Ooh, and
they will say it is in. Extra point does go. So with 2:43 remains in this first period, 20-yard scamper in by Curley. Extra point is good, and Wapsie Valley takes the advantage right now, 7-6, and Jesup needs to regroup.
That's the advantage of the short field. You have a little momentum, especially after your special teams play. And, 3-4 yards every single time that field condenses, and some not so great tackling. And, we're able to not get knotted up, but Wapsie ahead.
So you're looking at, this defense. What conversations is taking place right now based on what took place, I guess, what we just saw for Wapsie Valley to get in the end zone?
Yeah, so if we're Jesup, right, talking from the point of Jesup, schematically we're in some really great spots, and we just got to be able to finish. And for some of us, the game is speeding up just a little bit. We're a little more tired. So it's being able to execute when you're tired, and it's just saying, hey, we need to rally to the ball. All 11 hats, being able to be there when we make the tackle, finish the tackle, and go low. You can't go anywhere if you don't have your legs.
So Wapsie Valley coming out after they've taken the lead here.
You see Chase Ackerman, who was averaging 47 yards for his kickoff last year. He split time last year. He was about 50% for his PAT field goals. So you could see on that kick, it wasn't pretty, but it went in. So it still counts the same whether it's pretty or it's not.
Back to return for our Jesup squad. You're looking back there again. With I got it here, Nick Moore and Tice Larson.
Pooch kick.
Comes to the near side, hits the numbers, rolling along that goal line, and really struggling to try and get a handle on it. That ball took a little weird bounce as Tice Larson had to stretch for it.
Yeah, what it looked like Tice tried to do, what some NFL players do. If your body is out of bounds and you touch it, then the ball becomes an actual kick out of bounds. Now, don't quote me on that, the high school rule, but the NFL rule, if you do that, then they treat it as a kick out of bounds and the ball moves up considerably.
Well, that looks like it happened. Yeah. So they're going to take it to the 20-yard line. And that's some quick thinking by Tice.
Yeah, and, that's something that you got to talk about as a coaching staff and prep your players. If it's going to be close like that, hey, there are some things that we can do to kind of get us out of a jam if we don't get it fielded correctly.
Treptow takes a 1st and 10. Hand off to Youngblood. Finding an opening, forward momentum, and we'll pick up maybe 2 to 3 yards.
We're getting some movement up front. We just got to do a better job sustaining our blocks on the second level, and we can continue to lean on Wapsie Valley here and having positive runs.
Play coming in here. That clock is moving. 24 seconds left to go on that play clock. Whistle blown. Officials timeout. If we have an equipment issue or what's going on?
Maybe just needs a little breather.
All right, clock back in motion. Hitting the 2:20 mark. Treptow takes that shotgun. He's going to tuck it. Try and bring it around that far side behind Youngblood, and he's going to get snaked up by Wapsie Valley's defense and pick up 2 yards, making it 3rd down. Actually, more than that is what he picked up, as he will, I don't know, maybe a 4-yard gain on that.
Yeah, very manageable 3rd down here. You got a lot of options. You can roll Ryan out. You can try a play-action pass, but a great opportunity for Jesup to use some of their base plays to be able to try to secure this 1st down.
Oshner at center. Takes that snap. Takes it at the hip. There's Treptow. He goes high and goes down on that front line. Passes that 30-yard line for a 1st down.
Nice job to everybody up front, and then Preston Youngblood to act as another lead blocker, and having RT being super patient back there, wait for the gap to open, and fall forward for a first down.
Spot that between the hashes. That'll bring out Vogel here the near side, along with Tice. Going to go to that far side again, and actually going to go right off that left guard. And he picks up a few yards.
That adds up. These little runs, these little 3-4 yard runs slowly start turning to 5 to 7 yard runs, and it can be debilitating going against that. And in his defense, hey, when are we going to stop this person for a shorter run? And as we continue to rely on the run, that's going to pay dividends in the future quarters. 36
seconds before this first period is done. At halftime, we will turn the camera and the microphone over to our marching band. You can get a chance to see their halftime performance. Fake handoff to Youngblood. There's Paxton McCone. Skits that in there and eludes. I was going to say eludes one tackler, but that tackler stayed with him and eventually got him. Give credit on that play to Caden Dana, freshman out there.
Nice job by Paxton McCone. Secure the catch and get as many yards as he can. I believe that's Paxton's third catch tonight, and becoming a favorite target and a security blanket for Ryan Treptow. Wonderful job with the perimeter blocking. You don't have to destroy anybody out there at the skill position. All you have to do is try to get in the way and let your skill players use their ability to get out there.
So at halftime, or actually not at halftime, at the quarter, Jesup is trailing Wapsie Valley by a score of 7-6. Looking ahead at how this season's going to roll, next week Jesup will travel up to Olwine, and then it'll be back-to-back road games on the 13th. They will be at Hudson and then have homecoming. The next home game will be on September the 20th against PCM Monroe. Wapsie Valley, however, they will be at home against Denver in their home opener. They hit the road against South Winneshiek on the 13th and back home on the 20th as they face North Butler. Other teams they will see: North Tama, AGWSR, BCLUW, and Nashua Plainfield in that Class A district. Jesup, a smaller school, even though we play each other in every other sport. Jesup, we're a small 2A. I would imagine Wapsie, they're a bigger A school.
I think Wapsie's right on that cutoff when they redistrict. They're right on the bubble of being A and 1A. And so they've always been on that A schedule, that A districting. So when we redistrict and whenever those come out this spring, I'll be interested to see if they kind of stay where they're at or if the state or their bed numbers bump them up to 1A.
You've been through this a little bit before. When you start really deciding who your non-district games are going to be and having those conversations, how far out?
Yeah, so whenever the state comes out with, hey, this is your classification, then you can kind of start deciding who you want your non-district, because that's going to change based upon your school size and who's going to actually be in your district itself.
And generally, you're probably doing a home and away. You're not just doing a one-off,
yeah,
1 year and different team the next year.
Yeah, the only time we did that was the COVID year when they kind of just gave you a 1 year schedule. So everything's a 2 year schedule. You do home and aways. And then unless you have a forfeit situation due to injuries or illness, but that's typically how that scheduling system works.
Ryan Treptow with about a 5-yard carry as Jesup underway in their first series here in the second quarter. Paxton McCone here on the near side. And there's the snap. A little option off to Youngblood, cuts back in, head-on drive. He hung onto that ball really well. Gets into Wapsie Valley territory.
Nice job by our big boys getting out and trying to get a piece on their outside linebacker. And nice job with Preston just kind of trucking ahead and having great ball security before contact was made.
Thanks for joining us on the J-Hawks Sports Network. From Heartland Technology, I'm Nate Clayberg. That's Tim Sauer. Anthony Baugh on the controls. Eric Clark on the camera. As we bring you home opener night with Jesup and Wapsie Valley. We expected this one to be a good one, and it is living up to it so far. Yes. And what should have been a pretty, I don't want to say an easy pass, but a pass that Youngblood would have gotten 99% of the time. Didn't close his hands quick enough and bounced off the pads, it looked like.
That's so tough because your eyes get so big because out of the corner of your eye you can see nothing but pay dirt. And, just like you said, Mr. Clayberg, it's see the ball, catch the ball, tuck it away, and then get upfield.
Yeah. You can't even blame the sun over at that point.
Nope.
At this point, that sun continues to fall behind the press box, and you can kind of see where that's out on your screen.
Oh.
And a quick punt, 4th and 3. A little fake punt, and we're going to run down that, and Nick Moore will put a cover on it and not give Wapsie Valley advantage on where they start this series like they did last time out.
Yeah, smart move there. I mean, you're inside your own 50, so they come out. Wapsie came out in a punt-safe type of situation, and we have a quick kick. I know Ryan kicked a little bit last year too, along with Preston, and a great opportunity to pin them deep. You're obviously not going to get as good of a kick that Preston would have gave you, but caught Wapsie in their safe protection, and now Wapsie's got to go the whole 90 yards to get the pay dirt.
No one has taken a timeout yet, so both teams 3 on each side. 1st and 10, that ball on the 11 of Wapsie Valley, as they will start off with a run.
Get there.
Pushing in quick defensively. Yep. Jesup really trying to make some things happen and give credits on that pressure. Was that Braxton Cavalier in on that stop? 53 in there. Am I looking at that? Is that the right number?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So underclassmen coming in and getting a hit.
Nice job by the flock of Jayhawks to get out there and secure the tackle.
Drop back. There's a pass from Decker.
Yep.
And by Bellis, and he gets tripped up on his footwork, and he was only going to get – he'll get 2 yards back on that. He'll go back to 3rd down and 10.
Nice job by Jessup's pursuit there. You saw Landon Vogel running towards his outside to try to force a change of direction, and you saw a couple other Jayhawks be there to secure the tackle.
Two on that near side, looking to throw. Decker's got an arm, but they're going to hand it off instead. And there is some opening. I believe that's Curley that busts through and picks up some yardage. Treptow in on that stop along with some linebackers in there.
I think Wapsie was able to catch us in a game right there, and it kind of parted like the Red Sea a little bit. And with Curley running the ball, that's going to be a tough task for one person to bring him down. So we need a couple more Jayhawks to get there to secure the tackle.
Tice Larson, Nick Moore back to return as they'll set up near that 45-yard line of Jesup. And it is 4th down and 3, and we're going to see a timeout taken by Jesup. Good timing on that? As far as taking that timeout situation?
Yeah, I would say so. That's the first timeout for both teams, I believe. And I don't think you're going to draw anything up here. Maybe you try to get a hard count because, it's 4th and 3, so you try to get a free 5. Just calm your guys down. You don't want to have any misexecution down this close to the other team's end zone. So, hey, guys, calm down. Let's get a water break. We'll catch a breather. And then, you're probably looking at a return close to the 50 for the Jayhawks. So just trying to regroup, get a little breather, and let's have some execution on special teams.
So quick timeout. .8:36 here before halftime. Jesup got on the scoreboard first with a 1-yard run in from Ryan Treptow. Extra point was unable to get started. And then Wapsie Valley bounces back in the next series with a touchdown. And there's a high kick. And Tice Larson will do a fair catch. Still in Jesup territory. They'll spot that about the 46-yard line. And here comes the Jesup offense.
Smart play. Secure the ball safely. Make sure you get your fair catch. Signal it clearly so you don't have a Minnesota and Iowa debacle like last year or 2 years ago. And give your offense a chance to be in a good position here.
Stay hydrated. It's not as hot as it was this week. And we get a timeout here. We're going to talk about this bulb thermometer that maybe as anybody's heard about, this wet bulb globe thermometer. And if you have a picture in your head of what it looks like, I will tell you that is not correct.
fan submissions. Submit to Nate Clayberg.
I guess if you want to paste a picture in the Facebook chat window, you can to give me a sense of what it looks like. Just appropriate pictures, please. I know some people out there who we're dealing with, so I shouldn't have to say that, but I do. All right, 2nd down and 6. Smack dab in the middle of the field, looking for a handoff to Youngblood, but Treptow did an excellent job of faking a lot of people out and makes his way deep into Wapsie Valley territory.
Nice job. Nice job by the Jesup Hogs up front, able to just get a piece on that outside linebacker, moving some of the interior defensive line. You're seeing some guys getting a little bit tired. They're not running as much back to the ball, running as much back to the huddle. And RT using his athletic ability to get out in space and get Jesup a first down.
So the ball is spotted at the 33-yard line of Wapsie Valley. And Jesup has taken advantage of some breakaway plays. Youngblood on the fake. Treptow going to hang on to it. Looking downfield and almost intercepted. It was intended for the hands of Nick Moore.
Dang, that's a little tough. Protection's breaking down just a smidge out there. That hand in the face made RT just kind of hitch up in his step, and we hit that wide receiver just a little bit later, so then you saw the deflection by Wapsie.
Play clock at 20. 2nd down and 10. Again from that 33. Wapsie Valley stands pretty full over there, filling in along the fence. Jesup about the same on this side of the ball, and nice protection from Treptow, and really running through, and they were really trying to hack that ball away as Decker came up from behind, really trying to lay on that elbow.
As you got people trying to rally to the point of attack, you got some of your buddies to try to make that tackle. It doesn't hurt to try to throw a hand on it and get the Peanut Tillman punch to see if you can punch it out from quarterback skill position or any running backs.
Nick Moore here in that far on the near side. Tice Larson, Paxton McCone, Jude Sullivan in that fullback spot or halfback spot, trying to open up the line a little bit. And Preston Youngblood will get a carry that's going to give him 1 yard maybe, if not 2.
Yeah, always kind of tough running to the short side in your boundary, but those are some things you got to do. You can't always run to the wide side of the field. To try to, some defenses use the sideline as an extra defender. So some interesting stuff that we're trying to do, work the wide side and work the short side as well.
6:33 to go. First half. Treptow on that shotgun. Gets a snap from Oshner. Comes off that left guard. He still is on his feet and into that backfield. And down shy of that 10-yard line before we hear a whistle, and it's a first down for the Jayhawks.
Another great job by Jesup by using their bowling ball up front. Preston Youngblood and the Hogs up front moving the point of attack. RT being smart, waiting for that point of attack to open up and fight his tail off going forward in order to secure that first down.
A little short field now for Jesup, or for actually Wapsie Valley to protect.
What are we going to see here?
Caden Lang came in that backfield as we're going to see a false start, it appears. And Jesup will have that ball move back to the 15.
Yeah, I don't know if we had someone put their hand down and pick it up, because that would be a false start for the offensive line or that individual. So get back to that replay and look at it later.
Yeah, it just appears that I think that was the case.
Oh, nice. Oh, finish it out there.
So make some slight personnel adjustments. Clock is moving. 5 minutes and 26 seconds, first half.
No chance for a first down, 4 down territory here.
Caden Lang flanked off at Treptow. Youngblood getting a breather. There's a snap from Treptow. Hands it to Lang. He holds, he kind of pauses and then goes across that line of scrimmage and gets a gain.
He is so shifty and he is so low to the ground. He is a powerful, powerful individual. So using his speed and agility to try to kind of maneuver himself around some of those big boys up front.
Clock rolling, 4:30. Youngblood is, I'm looking for Youngblood on the sideline. Looking for Preston. He's not in play. Lang, he gets another handoff, and he's going to get taken down by 2 Wapsie Valley Warriors. Oh, there he is.
He's getting a quick sit.
Okay, need a little sit out. He's been nonstop, both sides of the ball. They were just sheltering him a little bit over by the training staff and the managers.
You know, not a bad play right there. I know most of you are like, hey, why isn't Preston on 3rd down? Well, you give him a couple extra breather there, get Lang to try to power it in, and now you've got Preston, who's a little more recovered for this big 4th down play.
There's rhyme and reason for things, right?
Yes, 100%.
So Preston Youngblood back in, and Treptow.
Yep, nice.
Waits for some motion, jumps into that end zone.
Throw up your hands, throw up your hands.
Peeling him back, looking for it, and it is touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run by Ryan Treptow.
That's a lot of humanity up there. That's a lot of bodies moving. Excellent patience shown by RT, and a nice job by the guys up front, and get a score.
Well, definitely Lang is somebody to be fully aware of in that backfield. You're not losing a ton when he's in there compared to Youngblood.
A little Mr.
Just a different type of player.
Exactly. A little Mr. Inside, a little Mr. Outside, and they complement each other extremely well.
And Lang will hit that one in, and Jesup will go up by a score of 13-7 as Wapsie Valley was not the first to score. Jesup was, but quickly the Warriors came back, and Jesup put some things together here nice offensively. And again, it comes down to these kickoffs, Tim. You know, we saw it the way after I just talked about Jesup scoring, and then where Wapsie Valley was able to return that deep in Jesup territory. It was easy for them. It made it easier for them to get where they needed to be.
Exactly, and I think if you go back, look at the archives between the conversations you and Jacob have had, that was part of it when they played Wapsie last year. That's part of it playing Wapsie this year. You know, the only time they've scored is when they had a really good run. This is a really great opportunity for us to pin them deep here, have a great kick going. Oh, there is no wind. Okay, not going with the wind. And, you know, make them drive it 80, 90 yards and going with halftime with a lead.
So that ball spotted that 40-yard line.
Right.
Straight on kick on that right hash. Back. Decker will have it. Foot on the 5. Going to run up the numbers. Cuts the near side. Missed tackle. And finally out of bounds. As we did see some energy from Max Soley on that. Sophomore coming in. And they will get that ball spotted at the 29-yard line of Wapsie Valley.
You know, on the kickoff return team, everyone has a lane that we're responsible for. We did a much better job with our lane discipline. We still need to shore up that tackling, not that many arm tackles, but we did a nice job funneling it to the sideline and putting Wapsie in a position where they've got to go 71 yards.
3:26 is where that clock will be here just before halftime. Jesup Marching Band will perform. We'll turn the camera and the microphone over to them as we'll take a little break. Sun has set here in Jesup. Decker rolls that far side and had an open man in Schneider, and that gets through his hands.
Yes.
Schneider is 6'1", 177-pound senior.
So far, that's Wapsie's, I believe, 5th pass of the game, and everything's been super short. I mean, you're going to have some of your plays try to attack longer down the field than shorter, but everything they've been trying to target right now, I think, has been under 5 to 7 yards.
Play clock approaching 15 seconds.
Don't fall asleep here, Jesup defense.
Youngblood on that front line. There's the catch by
Beautiful.
Curley
Nice
in
job,
the
Landon.
flat.
Nice
And
tackle.
Landon Vogel in there, but Jessup's defense, they kept fighting. Finally make that stop, but do give up about 2 yards as it sets up third down.
Another short pass by Wapsie there. Landon Vogel sticking his nose in there, making the Wapsie receiver have a change of direction and right into the teeth of Jessup's defense.
Aiden Gantz Rogers getting some play up on that front line defensively. Need a bigger guy up there to hold. Sadler on that front as well. Here comes Decker. And ball just a little later than what Bellis was going to be to match it up, and we're going to see the punt team come out for Wapsie.
Beautiful job by Jesup sending a field pressure there. Tried to rush the throw for Decker, and maybe a chance for Jesup here with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to try to get back and take some shots here in the second quarter.
Again, Nick Moore back to return near side, sit up at that 35-yard line, familiar territory. Last time they got a punt to them, Tice Larson on that far side, a junior. Nick Moore is senior. There is the kick up
Nice
from
shot, Nick.
Wapsie Valley, and a marker at about the 40 where it takes place. And Nick Moore, for as big as Nick is, he can run and he can hold his own.
You know, he's a multi-time state competitor down during the state track meet, and I'll tell you what, that boy can fly. You're looking at someone who's running 21, 22 miles an hour at top burst. Not necessarily in shoulder pads, but if you got him in a pair of T-shirt and shorts, that boy can fly.
I guess Nick Moore again coming in as 5'10", 145 pounds. I wouldn't say that's soaking wet 145, but he can do a lot with what his stature is. Jude Sullivan, a little motion there, straight on as we're looking at it. Shotgun. Trepto's going to hold it.
Yep, go.
Finds an opening, finds an alley, gets into that Wapsie Valley territory and falls just shy of the 40.
Jesup guys up front doing a wonderful job of creating those lanes. We're slowing down those rush attempts from the defense, and you're seeing those 3-4 yard runs turn into 5, 6, and 7 right now by Jesup.
2:23 to go, first half. Again, J-Hawks with a 13-7 advantage right now on a home opener. Moore checks his feet. Shotgun with Treptow. Hand off to Youngblood. Tucks it, goes right side. He'll stumble forward for about a 5-yard gain.
Nice job, nice hard run. Not seeing much change at the line of scrimmage from either team, and as an offensive lineman, all you got to do is just be in the way for just a little bit. You have your running back with a 4 or 5 yard head start, and that's going to be hard to tackle.
2-minute mark, first half. Nick Moore near side. Tice and
More RT.
And Treptow again gets the carry. Good to see what Ryan's total yards in the ground are so far tonight.
Don't have to rush here on the ball on the 35. You're getting some good chunks here. Jessup still got 2 timeouts, 3 timeouts.
Jessup sitting right now with 2 timeouts out there.
Plenty of time to do a lot of things out here.
Clock hold at 1:20. Hand off to Youngblood. He's high up, and he's going to
Nice
keep
job.
driving forward as he blasts through. Keeps that clock running.
I wouldn't want to tackle that.
Don't want to get in the way.
I wouldn't want to get in the way.
Vogel and McCone, the offensive guys that are swapping in and out, bringing the play in and out. Same formation. We've seen this multiple times tonight, but it is hardly said that they're going to throw the ball. We're seeing a lot of up the middle that's been happening for this Jesup offense, and that's going to move the chains.
We're doing some really great stuff up front, controlling the line of scrimmage, getting on those second-level defenders. And RT is having extreme patience right now, and that's paying dividends as he's getting those extra yards after carry.
Oshner under center, or actually at center. There's that snap. Hand off to Youngblood. Crosses
Keep
that
going.
5, looking towards the end zone, but he's going to be shy.
Nice.
Timeout wanted by Jesup.
Beautiful job by Jesup. Be quick but don't hurry. Working your way down the field. And, 20 seconds and one more timeout. There's a lot of stuff you can do here.
So Jesup will go through how the scoring is here when we close this thing out. But we're at timeout. And Anthony, I don't know if you can turn our camera on in here in the booth, but we're going to show you this wet bulb thermometer. And if you had ideas of what it is, I was expecting it to look like a very scientific piece of equipment with a bulb on it.
Yep.
But this is what it looks like. And if you heard Coach McMartin on our interview today, he put this out trying to gauge, what the temperature is, and there's all these ratings that come through. But you got to take the cap off.
Yep. Take
the cap off, and that's what it looks like. So
looks like you're a clone that you have at your house.
No. This looks like something. If you're out too late at night, you may have to resuscitate through. So don't ever do that. That's a PSA from your Uncle Nate. So that is the much talked about wet bulb globe thermometer that was gauging heat and humidity and tolerability this week as Jesup is caught shy on that attempt on the goal line, and another timeout wanted by Coach McMartin with 11 seconds to play. Quick snap. Youngblood had it as he was just caught up by that front line for Wapsie Valley.
Get closer to the end zone. Everything starts constricting. You're having more guys towards the line of scrimmage, and be interesting what our play call is going to be here with 11 seconds and no timeouts. I'm thinking we got to have RT rolling out here and be able to have the option to either run it or look for someone in the back of the end zone.
So 3rd down and 2. Safe to say you should be able to get another playoff if this doesn't go well.
Yeah,
third down and goal on the 2.
Right. So if you wanted to try to run again, you better have another play. So you better have a play coupled so you can just get up to the line. Hopefully the officials get the ball set fairly quickly and you can try to run another play before time runs out.
And don't have that luxury of the timeout. There's a snap. Power it through, push it through, and that is a touchdown. And was that Treptow or was that Youngblood?
I think it was Treptow.
So a 2-yard carry in by Jesup. And Ryan Treptow woke up this morning, told his dad he was very excited to get this game going, but he had a long ways to go in the day. There's the snap and the boot from Lang on the extra point. And that is good. 8 seconds remain, and Jesup gets the extra point after that 2-yard run in. Another short run for a touchdown by Ryan Treptow, and it's 20-7 all of a sudden, Coach. Great
drive by the Jayhawks there. Working the way down, not trying to do too much and try to throw too much there. They're getting their yards. And, those are some call signs of a really great team. And great start to Jesup here. And let's try to not give Wapsie any momentum here on the special teams play. Probably going to see a knee once they catch it or once they go back on offense. And then we'll go to halftime.
So Wapsie Valley had the first quarters when it came to scoring, 7-6, and it's been all Jesup in a very rapid second quarter, really, 14-0.
When everyone's running the ball, it's going to go quick. If you saw both teams trying to air it out, we might still be in the beginning parts of the second quarter, but both teams run heavy teams, and, we're not even at 8 o'clock yet.
A lot of ground game. Preston Youngblood will have the boot for Jesup. And Decker and Bellis back to return. That one's just going to hobble up a little bit towards that sideline. Comes out of bounds. Shy of the 30. Flag will get thrown for where that will get placed.
That's a nice little strategy on the kickoff. Try to pop it up. Try not to get something that's returned. If you try to kick it deep, like most people try to think in that position, you run the risk of a big return. Yes, we kicked it out of bounds. Yes, they get the ball a little more closer to their end zone, but this is a great opportunity for us to get our feet set. 1, maybe 2 plays from Wapsie here, and then see if we can hold steadfast.
And welcome aboard on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Jayhawks and the Warriors online tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. Appreciate you following. Courtesy of Heartland Technology here in Jesup. Quick snap, trying to make something happen here in the last 8 seconds. Lang will keep it on his own, and he'll twirl past the line of scrimmage and probably pick up about 7 yards.
That's it.
And that will be it. We will close out the first half. Jesup with a lead right now, 20-7. And, Coach, I'm going to run through the scoring quick, but we'll come back and just kind of get your reflections of what you're seeing, especially as we move into through the rest of this half and even the rest of the season. But 4:51 to go in that first quarter. Jessup's Ryan Treptow, they had been marching that ball down the field. It was a 1-yard run-in that took place. The PAT failed to even get set up, making it 6-0 at that point. 2:43 to go, first quarter. Wapsie Valley with Curley a 20-yard run-in, extra point counted, made it 7-6, and then all Jesup in that second quarter. But the clock was running quick with all the ground game, as it was 3:31 to go when Treptow had 4-yard carry in, made it 13-7, and then we just saw it 8 seconds to go. Treptow with a 2-yard carry in, and then a Caden Lang extra point, and we're sitting at 20-7.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if you could have asked for a better start. You saw some special teams issues maybe a little bit early on, but we kind of got some of those things figured out. And, the old saying is you can throw the ball to score, but you got to run the ball to win. And Jesup right now is running the ball, and they're running on all cylinders.
So a good point to be in the game or a questionable point? When you go into the locker room and you're thinking about, getting refreshed, but Wapsie Valley is going to do some regrouping as well.
Yeah, this is what you can see what's going to happen when we come out for the third quarter. This is all about your coaching staff now. What are you going to do these, what do we got, 15 minutes? Hopefully around there. You're going to talk with your staff and you say, hey, what can we do? What are the pivots? What are our next plans? So we know what they're going to try to do, what they've had success with, and what adjustments are we going to make? So it's you can feel good about what you did, but then you got to wipe it because it's not 30 plus, but it's not 3. So it's kind of in that teetering point when we come out here. You got to reset the tone, both teams, as we kick off in the third quarter.
We'll take a break here on our microphones and turn it back over to our marching band, as they will have our halftime entertainment right here on the Jayhawks Sports Network.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. That's actually the best picture ever. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Did you see it?
All right, back on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology, and halftime is about to wrap up, and it was good to see the Jesup High School marching band getting a chance to represent in front of the home crowd, and kind of ducked my head out there, and Jesup fans, they're going all the way past towards the end zone along the fence line there.
Yeah, if you're anything like me, you can't sit for more about 20 minutes, so we've got a really great setup here. And sitting down is hard, especially with our student section, which great to see these students out here supporting. And I'd be interested to see how many tickets we pulled today. So that's going to be a Joe Smine question on Tuesday, and maybe an attendance.
I don't know, Anthony, if you can run your camera down that fence line just to kind of get a sense of what some things look like down towards I guess we're looking to the north, and then look down towards the south to kind of get a sense. You see the student section down right, actually straight down is where our vantage point in front of us is. And looking off to the north and get a nice view of where things are at as Wapsie Valley still needs some warm-up. They're going to put another 3 minutes on the clock. And if Anthony scans down towards this right side with his fun little fancy camera that he has, or Eric Clark's doing it. Get somebody's profile. You get Joe Sadler, you get Joe Sadler, but you see all the people down that way that are lining the fence. The kids running around there towards the north, and good night for high school football.
With the sun setting, we're looking at probably a real feel of about 69 degrees right now. Not much of a wind, and boy, Nate, this is I think what everyone thinks high school football should feel like and look like as well.
So, Anthony, as you stop there, as we got some time, you want to kind of pan up and you see that structure. If you're not around Jesup or don't come up to the school much, that's the brand new auditorium and industrial tech facility. And fine arts portion. So I know they moved that greenhouse recently and had a little parking lot space, but kind of give you a sense where some things are at. You see the tall gray walls. That's the auditorium, and then you got the wood shop where that first door is on the right side, and metal shop there on the left. There's going to be an ag classroom, but 500-seat auditorium, high school office on that front side. So if you don't make your way to Jesup much or see things, one thing that excited me this week when I showed up early to work out, the parking lot lights on. And I'm like, oh, this is different. This is different, a different feel.
Parking lot lights, and
I didn't know I could feel parking lot lights make me feel like that.
Yeah, well, and safety too. You want to make sure you're safe as you're walking to the jack, and lines in the parking lot for where everything has been concreted, and it really helps kind of our parking when we have that transition from our zero period kids coming out and teachers trying to come in for the day.
Never said, what do they say? Progress. Progress takes a little, sacrifice.
Be patient with progress.
Something like that. And I knew you would find that line.
I think I just made that up.
Just trademarked it, too.
Oh, boy.
All right, Jesup set to – actually, this is the first time we've received – no, it's the second time we've received a kickoff, as we will have Jesup step out there with their returners it's like this is the first time we've done this with Nick Moore and Tice Larson.
Big kick from Chase Ackerman. Is it going to go out of bounds?
And it will roll out just about that 10-yard line. So they will throw that flag and move some things around. Do you actually have
clip those on
lights?
Mm-hmm. Oh, big run. Great start. Great tone setter by the Jayhawks here.
So sorry about the delay there, folks. Tim apparently has hidden lights in his briefcase. Here it is. You put it on your microphone here. You look down. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah. failure to prepare is preparing to fail, so I'm prepared.
All right, Jesup on the offensive side of things. We'll do a breakaway camera look so you can see what the heck we're talking about
nice
here in a
job,
moment.
RT.
But there goes Ryan Treptow.
Oh, boy.
Not quite top speed, but he had momentum and got that first down as he dives deeper into Wapsie Valley territory.
Great tone setter. And we talked about this right at the second quarter. Jesup shown that, hey, we mean business. We're setting the tone, running again with a steady dose of RT and trying to catch Wapsie on their heels.
Paxton McComb bringing in that play as that ball is spotted 1st and 10 from that 30-yard line for Wapsie Valley. Looking for that shotgun. Treptow, handoff to Youngblood as he jumps out that outside end and finds more momentum to keep finding his way towards that goal line.
Awesome job by Jesup, moving the line of scrimmage 3 to 4 yards and allowing Preston and RT to get a running head start. Those are two really tough tackles, especially meeting those second-level defenders right now.
So Travis Youngblood, Zach Knutson, and I'm trying to see who else is down there helping with stats. But first half stats, Ryan Treptow, 17 carries, 136 yards. 3 for 6 passing, 25 yards. And Youngblood, 11 carries, 48 yards, again for those two seniors. So they will move the chains. It is 1st and 10, and that ball is at the 19-yard line.
Great job moving the ball here. Let's take a collective deep breath. Okay, let's start running our offense. No reason to get overhyped here. Let's try to punch this in and really start making Wapsie play from behind. Oh, boy. Yep.
Finds an opening, had the ball out, tucked it on that left side, and gets swung down past that 10-yard line.
You're starting to see Wapsie try to apply a little bit more pressure. They're kind of their adjustments looks like they've made is they can't sit in their base, so they're going to try to apply some different blitzes, and all it takes is some undisciplined line play, and those gaps get even wider as Jayhawks continue to march the ball.
I'll give Levi Vogel credit down there too. Zach, Levi, and Travis running stats down there for Coach McMartin. 9:40 to roll here in the third quarter. Jesup giving it the advantage. Fake to Youngblood. Finds Paxton. Actually finds Tice. But one knee went down, and he held up right in his tracks.
Yeah, dang. It's a little soft in that southeast side of the end zone with some of the rain we got. And Tice did a nice job seeing it and getting into his hands. And, Rats, that could have been a really good move for us.
I suppose we're at the point we're going to see that dew on the grass maybe show up a little bit. Disrupt some traction. 9:04 to go. Second down and goal on the 8. Yep. There's protection of the backfield, and Ryan Treptow cuts back towards the middle and will find himself down maybe about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of that corn sweat that's been talked about in the weather this week, maybe starting to play a little bit factor on the grass.
This is the first year I've ever heard the term corn sweat.
Same with
I've heard of sweating in the corn, but not having the corn sweat. Things we learn or things people come up with, but that changed things.
Here we go. Let's punch this in here.
Nick Moore, far side.
Oh,
we got Vogel. That ball gets loose. Treptow, he has to dive on it for a loss, and that's going to send him back at the 19 or 20 is where they're going to spot that. Actually, they'll be a little more generous maybe with that to where he came down at the 18-yard line, and that was just a high snap coming off of Oshner.
Yeah, sometimes what you see at that center position, especially some of that moisture, the ball gets back a little bit faster. The wrist is starting to break instead of keeping it locked in, and that ball sails, and it goes a little bit faster and kind of, RT's a pretty tall cat and seeing a little bit harder to hold on to.
There's a long snap. Really trying to get some gain on this one, trying to get some momentum back. Treptow's getting chased, and there is the first turnover of the game as that ball is intercepted by Wapsie Valley, and Andrew Teat, the junior, pulls that one in.
Yeah, you saw RT maybe just not be able to step into his throw all the way with a little bit pressure on the backside. So being able to do that, his throw came up just a little bit short. Now Wapsie's in a little bit of a hole that they got to dig out of, but definitely some type of momentum here for the Warriors.
Hate to see things like that all of a sudden change some excitement that was taking place for your team, but you got caught up on that loss, and it was hard to fight back.
We're gonna see what Wapsie came out and talked about during halftime and see what adjustments they can make. Are they going to stay committed to the run, or are they going to try to move Decker outside the pocket?
And he will hang on to that and keep fighting, and it's going to take Nick Moore to bring him down in a high tackle. Looking at some first half team stats, Jesup 15 first downs, 31 192 rushing. No turnovers from either team in that first half. Jesup able to convert on 4 of 7 third downs, and all fourth down conversions were successful. No sacks by either team.
Both teams doing a really nice job protecting the quarterback right now, so it'll be interesting to see if Wapsie's going to try to get a little bit more in the air to get caught back in the game a little bit faster. Nice job. Oh, no. Get there.
And there is Curley as he tries to stiff arm and push away and get him out of bounds, but Curley stretches a little bit as that cramp down the lower corner of your screen. He's going to suck it up and continue to walk forward, and Wapsie Valley will see if they're going to try and do any sort of exchange as Curley comes in from that sideline, number 24 there. And they will keep him in as they will shoot 2 to that far side. Schneider out there along with Bellis. And Decker will get that shotgun, and he's going to hold it in, pull off that right side, come along the numbers, and he's just got to get past Treptow as Ryan will just push him out of bounds, shy of getting into Jesup territory.
Wapsie run to the wide side there was doing a nice job. They were able to turn the corner and able to have a couple more guys in the on that side to be able to fold it in. So really good start for Wapsie in the third quarter, and see what Jessup's made of here, and see if Wapsie can continue to march the ball down.
1st and 10, 6:48 to go, third quarter, ball in that 42 Wapsie Valley. They are trailing 20-7 here in this home opener for Jesup, week 1 in Iowa high school football. And Decker gets that snap, fake up the middle. He has some openings on the right if you're left, if he wanted to throw it, but he's going to continue to move, and it's going to take 3 or 4 Jayhawks to bring him down. And also he gets that first down in Jayhawk territory.
Such an elusive runner, so trying to make Decker just a little bit more dimensional as we're going out here. So we're going to get some things figured out. You know, Wapsie made their changes, and we got to make our changes out here to stop them from running. Wyatt
Stroder coming in. He's had quite a few tackles on defense in that first half as he jumps up on that front line.
Yes, good.
And right away, nice pressure from Wyatt Stroder as he comes in and gets Wapsie Valley for a loss, as it wasn't Decker that time that ended up getting that ball.
Nice job. Nice job getting in that guard's pocket, going down the line, being able to shoot your arms up and make that tackle for a loss.
Surly exits the game. 2 on the near side. Receivers for Wapsie Valley. Decker gets that shotgun, tucks it. He's going to go off that left side this time, and he is going to trip himself up. Tripto had a hand on him, but that will not quite get him to first down as he picks up 7 on that.
Yeah, you see Wapsie right now using their 2 running backs. Keep going with the pro personnel here and try to use them as some extra lead blockers. They're trying to get +1, +2 into the teeth of Jessup's defense right now. So we'll see if that starts wearing down the Jesup defense and see if it ends up working for him.
Third down. Decker looks right as he's got 3 receivers. He's going to have to bounce off of his fullback that was trying to give him some help, and he does end up with that first down. Miller was flanked to his right side and kind of stepped in front a little bit, but didn't really matter much to him.
Nope, just another person to try to slow down anyone on the Jayhawks from getting the tackle, and you know, that's going to be a lot. We're going to probably see a hefty dose of Decker coming up here in the third and fourth quarter and see what adjustments the Jayhawks are going to make.
Just keep pounding the rock. High formation. Decker goes under center this time. Handoff right side. There he goes. On his way is Miller. He's going to pick up a number of yards as they go towards that right hash, and he was like a bullet out of a gun.
Yeah, great change of pace, trying to run a little bit more off tackle here. Everything's been between the guards so far from Wapsie, unless it's been kind of a quarterback boot. And so great opportunity for Jesup here to kind of settle in and see some bend but not break defense.
Miller had 300 yards last year with 54 carries, 4 touchdowns for the Warriors in the 23 campaign. And again, Decker going under center. There's the snap. Handoff in that backfield. Curley has to bounce off a little bit. And there's a tackle by Caden Lang right near that line of scrimmage. Third down.
This is a great chance for Jesup to try to circulate some of their depth they have in the defensive line to try to keep guys fresh. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit more cramping coming up. Yeah, it's not that warm outside, but that's a lot of fatigue and that's a lot of reps for some of those guys out there. Blitz. Get there.
And give credit to Jude Sullivan. Haven't had a chance to call his name much on defense, but that middle linebacker comes in right away and gets that tackle. And officials timeout as Curley, I believe that was Curley. If not, no.
24.
Was that 74 or 24?
24.
There? So Curley hobbled a little bit. Clock is stopped. 3:11 to go. Third period. And it's fourth down, Wapsie Valley.
Yeah, you see Jesup applying a little bit more pressure. We've been in our base primarily most of this third and second quarter, and you haven't seen much pressure being added, but great call by our defensive coordinator, Jason Sullivan, to apply some pressure to the Wapsie Warriors.
Wing formation, and they're going to try and see if they can move it on the ground, but flag on the play. And Wapsie Valley will get dinged with that. What are you seeing in their quick change of how they're setting up offensively?
You know, offensively, they're trying to put more guys into the box and see if they can outman us to the point of attack. You know, they've had some success. Like I said, they're trying to run a little bit more off tackle here as they've tried to have everything hit in between the A-gaps before. And we'll see, you know, with a great start, we'll see if those changes from Wapsie continue as the game progresses.
Takes it back on that 5-yard penalty, fourth down and 9.
Potential to see a play-action pass and a roll-out from Decker to try to get him out in space.
And Wapsie Valley has had success with those breakaway plays and big plays. And now there goes Decker. He's got some openings and trying to contain him in the box, and he is not quite. Well, he may be past that first down marker. They're going to look to measure. They're going to be short on that.
Nice job by Jesup defense.
Yep, will be short.
Making that change of direction right into the teeth of the defense.
So they will be short on that as Jesup will take over on downs. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
After allowing some big runs, that's a great job by Jesup to kind of stiffen up their backs a little bit and then say, hey, we've got a stingy defense. Let's make this happen now.
Jesup scored once in the first quarter, twice in that second quarter. Wapsie with one score in that first. And there's Youngblood.
Yep, nice.
Trying to get it past his blockers as was really trying to follow in the footsteps of Andrew Devlin.
Beautiful job showing extreme patience behind the big boys up front. You almost saw Preston put his hand on the back of Andrew's jersey and almost using him like he's like a steering wheel and trying to drive him where he wants to go. Great patience. Didn't try to be the guy that runs it to the sideline to get more, and just do your job and let the clock run.
4-yard pickup on that. Second down and 6. Ball's at the 30. Tight end formation. There's that snap. There's Treptow again. And they really have collapsed on that box, and not much of a gain there.
Yeah, right now you're seeing Wapsie sell out to the interior run. They're going to try to make us work laterally and try to work out side to side and maybe try to get us to try to take it over the top on them. Oop, cramping.
So it's that time of year, that time of night, as the officials will take a timeout, get some guys some water is what it looks like, as we've got a Wapsie Valley player down. And Anthony, I don't know if you can switch over to our camera here, as I'll show you these nifty little lights that we're at the point where we can't quite see. So what are these things?
Yeah, so they're glass, like lights that clip onto your glasses.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you see that it shining in the camera.
Yeah. So
I strapped it to my boom on my mic here, so when I look down at my sheets, I can see it.
Yeah.
I don't give you enough credit for what you have in your bag of tricks over there.
Yeah, it's I like to do some stuff in the garage, or you're working under your vehicle. I used to change my own oil. So.
Well, you've gotten to that point where you don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah,
You've arrived.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, so with that, I mean, just little things like that. I never thought I would use it in this setting, but hey, if you don't have it.
I didn't know anything existed. I'm thinking I got to put some LED lights underneath these monitors so we can see our sheets, but you pull out these little things, and I'm like, this works perfect.
You know what? You can have these because I got another set at home, so it's my gift from me to you.
How long do these things last?
We're going to find out.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to conserve mine, so if it goes dead, I'm going to give it to you. But as you can see, we're already almost at the end of the third quarter, both teams having the ball for one possession apiece. So it's going to be interesting what the duration of this fourth quarter looks like, especially with both teams running the ball.
So Wapsie Valley still with a player down, just getting up. And we'll give him a round of applause as Jaden Grease will make his way off, as I assume that was just cramp related. I'm thinking back a couple of years ago. We were having this discussion about cramps, how it's not hydration. Is that what you said?
Not.
Okay, is this scientific or is this sour scientific?
So it's all about the neural response. How overloaded are your kids? Kids that cramp up more, yeah, some of it's dehydration, but we're overloaded, we're overstimulated, and that's creating the muscle cramp.
And there's the run again from Treptow as he breaks through the line of scrimmage, and we'll get that first down. Not quite to Warrior territory yet, as they'll spot at the 42-yard line, but give credit to that O-line opening that up.
Jesup moving crew doing a wonderful job right now, reestablishing that line of scrimmage, and that's tough. You know, as Wapsie, you're trying to do your very best. You're trying to fit up in your gap, and man, when you're moving someone against their will, there's no better feeling as an offensive lineman.
And just looking at a replay here is, Andrew Devlin, he was the one right in there. He just kept pushing forward, and that kid put on some muscle this year and some weight.
Yep, go.
There goes Youngblood. Brace past that 45, and he'll be taken down by Wapsie Valley near to that far sideline. Clock continues to roll under 30 seconds here in this third period. Talk about a quick game.
Oh, boy. I wish I was up here longer. But, yeah, you want to talk about Andrew. Andrew had totally bought into the weight room being in zero period last year, and the commitment he made this summer to, I want to change my body. This is the position I want to be in, and to be a guy up front, you got to have some weight. So Andrew has made some great transformation in his body and helping out the Jayhawks.
Oshner at center as they will wait it out, and we'll switch sides as Jesup and Wapsie Valley remain at 20-7 as they're trying to prepare next week to head up to O-line, and we talked a little bit about this, and O-line is one of those teams that you can make assumptions about, but they're lunch pail guys. They're going to go to work.
Yeah, they're bring your lunch pail and bring your hard hat. They've been running a very similar system these last couple of years, so you know what you're going to see schematically from them, especially run that double wing T. And that stuff involves a lot of discipline actions, especially from O-line and from Jesup. And so you're going to have to see a lot of disciplined football as we progress next week into O-line. And it's going to be a lot of not so much the X's and O's and the Jimmy and Joes next week.
So let's get our stats as Zach Knutson just sent those up as him, Travis Youngblood, and Levi Vogel are down there. Just kind of get a sense of where we're at. Treptow 4 for 8 on throwing, 33 yards. And Paxton McCone, 2 catches, 23 yards. Nick Moore, 1 catch, 10 yards. Tice Larson had 1 catch. On the ground, 23 rushes for Ryan Treptow, 180 yards. Preston Youngblood, 16 carries, 73 yards. And tackling-wise, Lucas Stickford, he's got 3 tackles to his name, as does Ryan Treptow. He's got some credit out there as well. That's through the third quarter.
Nice pass protection from the Jayhawks here.
Treptow finds a receiver, and give credit to Paxton McCone pulling that one in.
Nice protection up front. Looked like a little 3-man pressure coming from the Wapsie Warriors. And RT did a nice job of getting his feet set. And, double cramp. And being able to make the catch and secure first down.
So officials still determining that. But, you've got, Ryan Treptow down out there and getting the training staff. We've got some performance rehab. J.D. Sadler out there getting stretched. We also have some student trainers from UNI that have made their way to participate on a Friday night. Get some hands-on real experience.
Yeah, so those UNI student trainers actually are here almost every single day that Manila's here during the fall, and it's a great kind of setup that we have with Summit, and they're learning from one of the best I've ever worked with.
I should say Summit, Summit, not Performance, but Summit.
Oh, sorry, Summit. Oh,
yeah. Or I don't know. I think it is
right.
Performance.
Yeah,
it is Performance Rehab. That's right. I believe.
Summit Chiropractic.
Someone confirmed to us.
No, that's strike one against me. I'm sorry.
2 great businesses that each have support Jesup in different ways. 11:46 here in this final quarter as J.D. Sadler will make his way to the sideline, as will Ryan Treptow. So that is going to give Dominic Delagardelle the ball, as he will get his first time as a varsity quarterback here. First and 10, at least this season. And the Jayhawks up 20-7, and Paxton McComb makes his way quickly from the sideline to make sure we've got the count. And there's a flag on the field and a handoff to Youngblood as he will cross the line of scrimmage with a considerable gain, but we are going to see that called back most likely. And we've got a Wapsie Valley player that is down on the field. And talk about, there's some sportsmanship out there, Coach. You like that? Hunter Surley coming out to help stretch out a Wapsie Valley player. You love that kind of stuff.
Oh, I love that type of stuff. Last time we saw that in Iowa, head coach, I believe it was Charles City, who is an acquaintance of mine, was able to go fly out to, was it Good Morning America? That picture was a picture that was all over the world. And, that's what this is about. Yes, we're battling against each other, but hey, someone's in pain and they're in the middle of the field. Hey, just hold their leg and let them get a little stretch before their athletic trainer can get out there.
So come out, rub that muscle down a little bit. In Wapsie Valley, next week they will be at home against Denver, another close rival to them. As I believe that's less than a 10-minute drive from that high school to their high school. And then travel to Southwind, bring home North Butler on the 20th, at North Tama on the 27th. AGWSR as they get into October, and then BCLUW, and then close out the regular season with Nashua Plainfield at home for their senior night. And then Jesup at Old Wine at Hudson the next 2 games, back for homecoming on the 20th against PCM Monroe. 11:22 as the clock starts back up again. J.D. Sadler, Ryan Treptow back in after having to sit one play. Treptow gets that snap. He's going to tuck it in and get behind Youngblood, but gets tripped up by the defense. And give credit, I believe, on that stop defensively to Caleb Hogan for Wapsie Valley.
As you shuffle people around here due to injury or cramping, it's kind of sometimes can change your your playing calling, your playing style due to maybe the strength of your offensive line is now shifted, and so trying to make all that work and still. What we got here?
There was a timeout, but I don't see. Are we looking at official timeout?
We set the clock. Play clock.
Okay, so they will reset that clock. Ball stays where it's at. Officials only get their first game in, too, so they're working through some things as well.
Definitely.
Second down and long. There's a snap. Youngblood gets it, trying to come off that right side, gets outside that tackle, past that 50-yard line.
Yeah, really important here as we're trying to attack the outside of the tackle here. Keep it in bounds. Don't try to be cute and try to get to the sideline thinking you can get some more and risk running out of bounds.
And across that front line, Sadler, Aiden Gantz, Rogers, Oshner at center, Devlin, and then Hunter. Left to right. Treptow looks to throw.
Nice
Going
throw.
downfield. He finds his receiver. And there's Tice Larson. Gets extra yardages after touch as Dallas Tissue can get credit for that half tackle, if you will, as he got tripped up, and he dove for an extra yard or two.
Nice job by the line to give plenty of time for RT. Preston Youngblood blocked up any pressure from the outside. Tice did a beautiful job seeing into his hands, not trying to be too cute and make too many jukes, and get a first down for the Jayhawks.
Credit that on fourth down as they spot that at the 31 of Wapsie Valley. And now they're going to try and run it again. Youngblood looking for a block. Tice had some
hold it.
Had some coverage there, but it's going to take 4 Wapsie Valley Warriors to bring that quarterback down.
Once again, nice job by Jesup moving crew, getting outside to try to change that. Oh, another one down. Change that point of attack. And RT did a nice job trying to squeeze a little bit more out, but protected the ball.
Looks like Decker, he's the victim of the cramping ghost. Trying to stretch that through. And when you look at, both these teams are really heavily on their quarterback, not just for passing, but it's been the ground game that really has powered both these teams.
Yeah, you look at it, especially both being seniors, both being guys that have played a lot of snaps, and that's what you want. You want to be able to lean on your seniors. And especially Decker and Treptow playing a lot on defense as well. I think we're probably at 90, 95 snaps, and that's a lot. Most of those guys, Decker's probably on most of special teams. I think RT comes off on most of our special teams, but that's a lot. That's a lot for some of our 17, 18-year-old men out there.
So they will have to have Decker out. They'll put in different personnel in that backfield in exchange for him at that safety. And that play clock is at 40. Game clock rolling here at 9 minutes, 12 seconds. Second down and 8, 29-yard line is where that's placed. Jesup heading north. Have been there 3 times tonight, all with Ryan Treptow.
Underneath.
Pass upfield, just out of the hands of Landon Vogel.
It's going to be interesting to see what Wapsie does. Decker was the leading returning tackler for the Warriors, and obviously he's had a bulk of the carries and work for Wapsie. So it'll be interesting if he goes back in and they try the same for offense, or they tell him, hey, you're our dude, we need you out there as soon as possible.
Landon Vogel, again, intended receiver. He was not out last year, came out for football this year, and contributing right away. Shotgun, Treptow, handoff to Youngblood. As actually Treptow hangs on to it on that fake handoff. And he busts through. It's going to be a 4th and short. About 2 yards, less than that maybe.
Super important what you're seeing right now. There's nothing trying to be super explosive, but right now you just see that clock being chewed up. Maybe the play comes in a little bit longer, so you're snapping the ball a little bit later on the play clock instead of trying to snap it at maybe 18, 12, 13, 14. Maybe take it down just a little bit longer to try to chew up those extra seconds.
Play clock at 10 before things get going, and Treptow lays down that shoulder and powers through, and they will move the chains. 1st and 10 for Jesup.
Hurley.
So Hurley is a victim of the cramping ghost again. That'll sneak up on you.
My bad on the last name. That is Hunter Curley. I just morphed the 2 for Hurley, so my apologies.
It's like a Bradgelina type thing, or
yeah, I'm excellent at names, so.
I think Luke Baldwin can take the trophy on that one. So you got some work to do, Coach, if that's what you're trying to get to. Thanks for joining us on the J-Hawks Sports Network. I'm Nate Clayberg. That's Tim Sauer joining us this year for the first time. Had our scrimmage last weekend, broke in a little bit, and we got a good game to be a part of for your first full broadcast.
Yeah, I was able to review the practice tape of my own doing, so I had some things I had to improve upon, and I couldn't ask for a better game to be a part of. Especially the way this is going, there could be some really good stuff set, and we've got 8 minutes left to see if Jesup can finish this out.
We had a very, very quick second quarter. As this ground game, again, that just eats the clock up. And really, when you look at it's slowed down here in the second half, and it's not because of what the offense is. It's the cramping that stopped that clock.
This could be like when you have 4 timeouts with 2 minutes in basketball and the game takes another 20 minutes.
Jesup to the near, 1 to the far on receivers. Youngblood in motion, and now Treptow looks to throw out here on that screen to Youngblood as he'll catch it and spin forward to that 15-yard line.
We ran something like that earlier, and Preston did a better job of seeing it in and squeezing it and trying to get upfield, and it kind of fell apart out front for our skilled players. And, once again, though, we kept that clock moving. It looked like we got a couple yards and getting inching closer to that end zone.
J.D. Stadler still here on the sideline. He's fighting some cramps. So, when you look at, I'm trying to see who moved into his spot to replace on that defensive line. Wyatt Stroder, I believe, on that left tackle, as Treptow is going to go to the far side, and ball is almost intercepted by Wapsie Valley, and Carver shares. And Shares very well could have got a hold of that one and have been off to the races.
Yeah, that's a tough throw from opposite hash to the open side of the field, especially RT cramping up a little bit, and needs a little bit more zip on it. But yeah, that could have been an interesting chain of events, and we're lucky it went the way it did.
Jude Sullivan, a little shift in position there on offense. Hand off into Youngblood.
Nice.
There goes.
Nice blocking.
There goes
nice
another
job,
J-Hawk into the end zone as he hits that pylon. Give credit to Preston on a 16-yard carry.
Oh, is that some laundry on the field? Right by on the 12? No, holding.
So that will be
get a number.
A ding to Jesup. You can kind of see the air let out of their wings a little bit.
What number? Kelly, what number? You have a number? Nick Moore did such a great job springing that for the get out to the touchdown, but someone's got to hold on the offensive line, probably in the second level.
So they will bring that ball back as that gets shifted back to the 22-yard line.
Another cramp. Jesup player, I believe.
And I don't know who's down just outside that end zone.
Preston. I'm guessing someone who ran that in.
Nope, Preston's up in that huddle area.
Oops.
So when the smoke clears, we'll see what happens as the trainers are treating that down there. But when you and I don't want to, I guess you speculate what happened. You get some excitement there, trying to set that play up, and Coach, help me here. We've not had a lot of pass plays.
No.
So that kind of changed a little bit when you're on pass protection on that old line.
Right, yeah. So we haven't had a lot of, we've had some opportunities to pass, and that can kind of catch you off guard as a defense if you've only seen that play about 8 times. So it changes your mentality from run first to now I got to get my passing lanes as a defensive line. The linebacker, I got to get back to my spot defensively, and as Jessup right now, we want to continue to milk that clock and put Wapsie in a really tough spot. They've only had the ball once, right? The second half, is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
So that's really tough, especially right here when they got to go the distance. If we're not able to convert here or try to get a first down.
7:25 to go. Game is not necessarily out of reach for Wapsie Valley. The way they've been able to break away on some big plays and on special teams. They're getting Jude Sullivan's equipment taken care of, but again, we've got a player down just outside the end zone, out of the scope of our camera that our training staff is attending to. Got a full house tonight with Wapsie Valley on the far side, Jesup on the near side.
Looks like a Wapsie player. It looks like they're putting some type of. Looks like they have some type of pump. I don't know if that's some type of air cast over there that they're trying to do because it's not a cramp. I'm sorry for the speculation. I want to try to keep people informed what's going on here.
That is a Wapsie Valley because you got the coach down there, but you also see some yellow pants on the ground. So,
it looks like we're going to try to move somebody here.
Yeah, so bringing a couple players over to try and help up potentially Landon Moulds, number 9, as he'll get some applause as he will make his way towards that east sideline for Wapsie Valley. So get a chance for testing. He seems to be having one leg in the air. As hopefully he gets through tonight and can be back playing for Wapsie Valley. Good luck to that young man as Jesup will set up again here. 3rd down and 13. That ball on the 22-yard line. And there's a snap from Treptow. Rolling to the far side, looking downfield. He sees an opportunity for that ball to get to Landon Vogel, but he had coverage near that sideline as he gets pushed out on the catch.
Great idea trying to roll it to the wide side of the field. As our legs are getting heavier, we're not getting all the way out to our landmarks from the quarterback and the wide receiver perspective, and that kind of bleeds into the sideline. We're about half second too late from actually taking that and making it a completion.
So 4th down and long, we will see these Jayhawks go for it. And having a 14-yard play is possible with this squad. We've seen it as Treptow drops back, and that ball was intended for Jude Sullivan. As he was right at the 3-yard line when that just skipped off his fingertips.
Wapsie looked like they only brought about 3 there and dropped the other 8 back in protection. Plenty of time for our team. Looks like he just sailed a little bit over Jude's head.
So turn things around. As 12 first downs in that first 3 periods for Wapsie Valley, 23 of 127 on rushing and minimal passing. And there goes Decker. Flag on the play. Decker has some real estate to go as he's taken down near the 40-yard line, but flag on that far side.
Point of emphasis here from the state was trying to make your who's on and off a little more clear.
So that will be a penalty against Wapsie Valley. Coach McMartin excited about that. So it'll push them back deeper in their own territory. I didn't see what the call was or hear it.
One of the rules of
It's a false start on the offense.
Gotcha, never mind.
So placed at the 14-yard line. Not quite sure what happened there. Lost my mic for a minute. Or did I do it again? Don't know. Under 7 to go on the clock in this game, and Decker again. He is going to get stopped shy of that line of scrimmage. Give credit to Jude Sullivan, and I believe Devlin on that stop as well.
Doing a great job with the line of scrimmage up front, and we're doing some nice job. We're not trying to run upfield defensively at the defensive line or the linebacker position. We're just trying to plug it up. We're trying to get multiple hats to the ball, and that's leading to these little short gains here.
20 on that play clock, as you see that in the background. Outside linebackers coming in, along with those corners. Dropping back. And a Decker. He is scrambling, and he is still on his feet, and it took Jude Sullivan to come in below the waist and get him down.
Decker doing a wonderful job trying to keep the play alive, and after about 2.5, 3 seconds, if you're trying to move around, you're going to have to start practicing your scramble rules. Having those wide receivers running long routes coming back, wide receivers running shorter routes going long, and there's only so much time you can buy before the big blue comes and gets you.
Wyatt Renner actually the one in on that stop. Give credit to Wyatt. 13 on that play clock. Shotgun. Little blitz in on that right side. Decker rolls, and he's looking downfield. He doesn't find what he wants. He's going to keep running with it. Still on the field. And Landon Vogel tried to and strip that ball as he came by, but first down for Wapsie Valley with 5:21 to go.
Jessup did a nice job sending the pressure to the wide side of the field. Made Decker have a change of direction. We blitzed right into them rolling out, and Decker was able to evade our defender. So we're right there. We just got to be able to finish it. Wapsie doing a nice job moving the chains.
Ball spot at that 37-yard line. Another first down for Wapsie Valley. After a big penalty set him back, they found momentum, and we will see Decker with about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Jude Sullivan, credit on that tackle.
Decker doing a nice job running hard. You wouldn't think that kid just had a cramp not too long ago trying to get Wapsie back into a position to score.
I'm going to knock on wood here, but we have not seen a ton of penalties on Jessup's side. Decker has time. There's pressure coming in.
Get there.
Gets loose.
Finish.
Andrew, actually it was. I was trying to see who was in there fighting in for that sack. Trying to give credit.
Decker running incredibly hard, doing everything he can to try to keep the play alive. We got to keep rallying to the point of the tack and try to go low and wrap him up. If not, he's going to be running through some of these tackles.
A.J. Farrell was the pursuer on that sack. And there, quick, hard, stiff arm. Give credit to Miller as he kept fighting to get around that Jesup defense. And he picked up a heck of a gain and a first down.
Little fullback dive there that kind of bounced out to the side. Once again, trying to go a little more off tackle. And you get out in space as a high schooler with some experience, you're going to be hard to take down.
3:40 to play in this first half, or actually in this game. First down. Decker rolling near side. Keeps eluding Jessup's defense, but give credit to, there he is, the man of the night. Ryan Treptow comes in, shoulder to that high thigh and gets him down.
Beautiful job by the defensive line, having that force of direction, trying to spill it out. Our cornerback forced a change of direction, and then RT filling the alley for the tackle.
Snap from Decker. He looks left side, opening that flat. Give it to Bellis as he catches that in, and we're going to move the chains.
That's a hard throw for a high school quarterback to roll out to the opposite side, get your feet set, and deliver a strike. Once again, not a super long pass right now. I'm thinking if I'm Jessup's defense, I'm telling you, keep everything in front of us, make them try to get inch by inch down the field.
No, they will hold the chains. Second and short. Nope, they are going to move it. I thought they made the motion to do that, as we'll see some exchange here with Hunter Surley coming out and Brennan Oshner coming in on that defensive front.
Get some subs in, prepare for maybe a tight box as they continue to march the ball down the field.
Decker finds the opening. He waited a little bit, waited for the C's to part, finds his way in that backfield, and we have Wapsie Valley earning another first down.
Wapsie doing a nice job, not panicking, not trying to do too much passing the ball. And as both teams start to fatigue, it's going to be great to see who bends doesn't break.
Handoff quick on the right side, and Wapsie Valley. That guy has some power, Miller, as he stays on his feet and finds his way to the end zone as he twirls through it with a 32-yard run.
That's tough. You think you have it wrapped up. Maybe not everyone's trying to get to the point of attack, and the other, you just keep running your feet, and then you spin off of it, and you're able to get the pay dirt.
So Wapsie Valley will attempt the extra point with Beertz. Was able to do it one other time earlier tonight when they last scored, which was in the first period, when Curley took it in from 20 yards out. Straight on extra points is going to be good. And it is going to be
penalty.
Right now 20-14 as
maybe not enough people on the line.
The official officials conversing, and we will see penalty against Wapsie Valley, so they will move that ball back. And they will once again go with Beertz to kick that extra point. 2 minutes, 18 seconds to play in this game. Straight on kick. Pressure from Jesup. But that kick is no good.
That's huge.
Goes to the right. So 2:18 to go in the ball game. Wapsie Valley gets on the scoreboard, but they're still 7 short, 20-13, with Miller coming in with a 32-yard carry in, and Coach, it looked like he was down a number of times, but he just kept driving.
You know, and that's what you want to be able to tell kids who are watching the game. Never stop your feet. Always keep running. From the offensive side of the ball, don't ever give up. Nothing's ever guaranteed. People might start pulling up. And then defensively, always finish to the whistle, finish to the echo of the whistle. And, we've got ourselves a game with 2:18. It's going to be interesting to see, does Wapsie come out and try to get an onside here to get the ball back, or do they try to kick it deep, try to get a 3-and-out and use all their timeouts? What do they got for timeout? Oh,
yeah, they're full.
Yep.
Still both teams
Okay.
still full on each side, 3 apiece. And Jesup will be shooting towards that north end zone, and we have had no wind tonight whatsoever. And has not played in at all to what we've had of a passing game or even a kicking game. And Wapsie Valley still working through some things with their kickoff team on personnel, it appears. You're going to have that in this first game.
Interesting here, when they kicked off earlier, you saw a 4-man side, and they tried to kick closer to the hash. So now it kind of looks like they're setting up with just that first angle, maybe some type of shorter kick that they can try to get to, but now they're going 5-by-5 bounce. So interesting to see what their play is here on this special team play.
Beertz in the kickoff. Little stutter.
Yep.
Tries to get that onside.
Just hit it out.
It gets touched, and diving for it is Nick Moore as he will cover it and go out of bounds. And I'm not quite sure Jesup was ready for that.
Yeah, there's kind of a weird spot because you don't have much film from what they did. Maybe they have some stuff from last year, but I don't think Wapsie was in position to do a lot of onside kicking last year. So we made the best of what we had there, and sometimes I saw this in an NFL game. If you can't field the clean, you can hit it out of bounds, and it's still going to be Jesup ball. So it kind of looked like that's what we're doing, but we were able to recover it and see what we can do here with 2:17 left.
Ball is spotted at that 40-yard line. They will bring Nick Moore here, split on the near side. Paxton McCone, Tice Larson. Exchanging a football out. Officials are taking their time getting in their places. Again, Wapsie Valley just scoring. And Jesup seeing what they can do. Just trying to hang on to that ball is Treptow. Will take the run again, keep that clock moving. He will get a short gain, and we will see a timeout for Wapsie Valley. I was looking around to see if we had casualties on the field, but Wapsie will take it.
Wapsie's committing to getting the third 3 and out here, so we'll see what Jesup tries to do. Solid run of 3-4 yards to start off. So we'll see what Coach McMartin goes into his bag of tricks here. Does he want to try to keep running up the middle and have Wapsie burn those timeouts, or does he want to try to work towards the open space and try to get that first down and try to put the game a little closer to the bag?
So looking ahead just at what's happening in Jesup Athletics tomorrow, high school volleyball. They will travel over to Cascade, not the scrimmage like they had last week, but they've got the full tournament. Volleyball fresh soft going to be over at Dyke New Hartford next week. Football JV going to play Wapsie Valley on this field. And then Tuesday next week, that'll be our next broadcast here on the Jesup J-Hawks Sports Network, as high school volleyball will be hosting Sumner Fred in the high school gym.
Huge shout out to Jesup volleyball starting the season 4-0 with wins against Clayton Ridge, Mac Valley, New Hampton, and Nashville Plainfield.
So they got after last night, was what it sounded like, in a hot gym over at Delhi. And give credit to Jesup's offense as they fight forward for another first down.
That was a great opportunity. Wapsie took their timeout, and I'm sure Coach Mark Martin was telling the boys, hey, if we can get the first here, we're going to be in a really good position, and we're getting one step closer to the result that we want.
Ball is now in Wapsie Valley territory. They spot that at the 49. 1:45 to go in this game, and they are going to work that play clock as long as they can.
This is another type of situational thing. McMartin talking and Hoffman talking to Treptow, hey, wait till that clock gets under 10. Wait till it gets under 5 and then snap the ball.
Snaps it at 3, tucks it and goes, gets past the line of scrimmage, slides into the 40, and will be just shy of that first down.
RT didn't trip. There was a little self-preservation right there. He knew he could get what he got and just slide so he could save a hit and then make Wapsie burn another timeout here.
So they will regroup with their coaching staff on that side. Again, head coach Dwayne Foster, assisted by Cody Jones, Zane Siddig, Chase Weber, Joey Rigdon, Kobe Rizzi, and Ben Hogan, all on that side. Wearing the white polos tonight.
To give a little more love to our volleyball team, some fun facts that I have here. We have Daly Donnelly is second in 2A with assists. Sarah Mead is first in 2A with kills and third in all classes. And Hayden Kresser, I believe, is second in 2A in blocks.
They're doing well.
Yeah.
Those girls have played a lot of volleyball and got a lot of experience last year, and it was unfortunate cross country didn't get a run this week.
Yeah, with the weather up in Charles City with the heat and everything, great opportunity to highlight some fun facts with Jesup Cross Country Runners of the Week with Olivia Nesbitt and Karsten Nuring. They have done some great stuff these last couple weeks, had a nice little scrimmage, and give credit when credit's due to these runners when they attack it next week.
So Jesup will ease up to that line of scrimmage here with 1:20 remaining in this game. Second down and 2 on the Wapsie 41. Handoff. Youngblood. There goes Preston.
Stay in bounds.
Getting towards the numbers. Will run linear.
Nope.
Looked like he almost stepped out of bounds at the 30, but he gets extra yards after contact.
Preston said it's his turn for some yards. So very patient. Would have liked him to try to cut it a little bit more in bounds to keep that clock going. But very nice job by Preston. The guys up front wearing down Wapsie's front seven and keep the chains moving.
And spot that at the 26-yard line. 1:11 to go. Wapsie Valley getting the victory last year, and this was our conversation last week when the last time Wapsie Valley was beaten by Jesup, because if you go to the historical matchup on Varsity Bound, it doesn't show up in the last 7 meetings. Wapsie Valley beating Jesup last year 12-0, but Sauer went to the library archives here in Jesup, and you've got the true answer.
Yes, I do. So looking at Jesup Public Library here, who has digitized all the yearbooks. So thank you to all your helpful hints for people at home. Jesup beat Wapsie in 2003 to a score of 14-12. So, and we've still got some time left here. So we'll see what the score is going to be, and then we'll roll from there.
64 seconds remain on the clock as the timeout is taken. Jesup has not taken any. Wapsie has taken all of theirs as Coach McMartin visiting with the official here on the line, just appreciating his work tonight. Never hurts to glad hand the officials a little bit, does it?
No, it doesn't. You know, they have a thankless job. You know, the state that we're in with the shores of refereeing, it's nice that you go up and have that relationship, because word gets around from crew to crew what type of sideline that you have.
And Treptow will take a knee on a first down as the Jessup's coaching staff has come out of the press box. And they will be down there to celebrate the home opener and the first game of the 2024 season here in Jesup tonight. And that's a proud thing for this staff and these young men.
There's nothing like the first one. There's nothing like getting it in front of the home crowd. And when you work as much as these guys have been working, and you've been working on your process, and you're finally starting to see the outcome that you want to see, that's awesome.
Flag on the field as didn't quite see what took place there.
Oh, no. These are the little things during practice, situational things that you practice, so you don't have any offsides.
So offside in the offense, and I'm sure that's just a sign of frustration, right, Coach? You're at a position with a rivalry that we have here between Jesup and Wapsie Valley, and you know there's nothing you can do, and I'm sure there's just a little misstep across the line.
Yeah. This position, you want to try to get as close as you can, and it's kind of an unwritten rule that you don't want to tee off, especially like, you know, hey, we're saying we're just trying to end this game as quick as possible, and you don't want your kids to give up on the play. But you're trying to get as close as possible. And
that's it.
That's it.
So the play clock is longer than the game clock as Jesup gets the victory tonight, and they are 1-0 on the season. Jesup J-Hawks 20, Wapsie Valley Warriors 13. And give credit tonight to Ryan Treptow on the ground and what he was able to do, not only offensively but defensively.
Yeah, so this was great. This was great to see these guys, everything that this coaching staff preaches, and be able to put it all together. You know, RT's going to wake up with a couple new bumps and bruises tomorrow on lunch with a whole bunch of our other Warriors that we've got out there. So this is a great start for Jesup football, and couldn't be more proud of our guys to get one in the win column.
So sign of sportsmanship as these. As I'm trying to take my light off my microphone, but again, the sign of sportsmanship here again. That it's good to see this back. You know,
yeah.
After COVID, it was just like, hey, it's good to play football, but we'll see you later. Now you go through the line, and you know these guys know each other. They compete on different courts and fields and different things throughout the year but an exciting win for Jesup as they'll congregate on the field, and the fans will be down there to support them.
Yeah, just great. You know, playing these non-district games with people so close, everybody knows each other. Just like you said, they played together on traveling teams, maybe some even went to school together. So just saying, hey, it was a pleasure to play such a close game, and hopefully we can get you back on the schedule next year.
So most of the scoring took place by Jesup in that first half. Jesup first on the scoreboard, under 5 minutes to play. Had a 1-yard carry in by Treptow, but they were moving that rock left and right, and that was just bringing it in the end zone for Treptow.
Yeah, that's great. Being able to see those different parts go together, having success in your base scheme, and being able to see the result from it. Now, sometimes different weeks will yield different results, but it's great to kind of get this forward momentum and get ready for the Huskies.
Wapsie Valley responded just a couple minutes later. Curley had a 20-yard carry in, made it 7-6 at that point. Treptow in that second quarter scored twice, both on very short carries. It was 20-7 at halftime. Scoreless third quarter. There was an opportunity that we said his name a lot, and that again, Preston Youngblood didn't get in the end zone. He was in the end zone, but then there was we had a penalty that showed up near there, so that pulled that back. But I'll finish the scoring here, then we'll come back and talk about Preston. But Treptow again scoring. Jesup, I guess, did not score at all in the second half. Wapsie Valley did, as Miller, wow, he had a heck of a run that he should have been down a number of times, but 32 yards in for that Wapsie Valley player. He was into that south end zone, and that brings us to our final 20-13. But we got to talk about Preston. He's been a workhorse tonight.
Yeah, Preston was a workhorse. You probably saw him doing a lot more blocking than he did actually receiving the run. Receiving the handoff, excuse me. But next week it could be the opposite. It could be teams are going to focus a little bit more on RT, and you could see Preston getting a little more carry. So every single week, everyone's got a role that they got to kind of own up to, and it was great to see everyone believing in the role this week.
Well, Jayhawks are 1-0 as they will travel up to Olwine next week. And after that, they will be at Hudson, then back home on the 20th for the homecoming game against PCM Monroe. So ask you to again share our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. For Coach Tim Sauer, as well as Anthony Baugh, our on-site producer and camera operator Eric Clark, I'm Nate Clayberg. As our final from Jesup High School football, the Jayhawks go 1-0 as they have the win tonight, 20-13 over Wapsie Valley. You can watch this game again on replay on the YouTube channel or on our Facebook page. Our next broadcast coming up on Tuesday with high school volleyball as Coach Erica Bass's team continues their winning ways. We'll have that home broadcast for you against Sumner Fred on Tuesday night with, I'll be there along with Jason Pilcher right here on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Music courtesy of bensound.com. Everybody, go Jayhawks and have a safe Labor Day weekend.